everyone. I'm Ruth Ann.
I'm Chris.
And we all GeekChic Promotions. We all back with Nerd Rage.
Yes.
Hello, how's it going?
Hello.
We are drinking some red wine. Cheers to you. Cheers to you.
Cheers to you. It's gonna be a good one today, guys.
There's a lot of rage.
I'm angry today.
She's out the gate,
Yes.
ready to be angry.
I am angry.
So it was also very fun because I actually texted Chris this week to be like, so do we have to finish Crisis on Infinite Earths? And she's like, yeah, because we're going to talk about it. I was like, okay. And I watched the last two episodes, but I was sure I must have fallen asleep or something at the last episode because I was like, what the happened? Whatever. And so I was watching the last little bit. When she walked in, she was like, I don't watch it. I was like, bitch.
I'm sorry. I
It's
meant
fine.
to.
It's fine.
I had every intention to, and then I didn't. But
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay
all
because
good.
she was trying to explain some stuff for me, and it sounded so amazing that I was like, we need to just not talk about it so you can see my face
As I describe
when she
what
describes
happens.
what's going
Yes,
on here and what her thoughts were.
Whew.
So it's gonna be pretty good.
Took notes.
And you see like half her notes are like in pen and some of them are in Sharpie.
Like, as you guys know, my ankle is sprained, so I was watching it and then I lost like my pen. I was like, I gotta keep writing notes. And I just grabbed it. So much rage. Wait.
I'm surprised
okay.
there's not like scribblings on the wall from a madman
Yes.
or something.
Why? I'm trying to find our live video so I can share it around,
Oh, yeah?
and then we can start talking about it. Cause so what do you remember of how it left off?
Well, it left off pretty badly.
Yeah, pretty well,
So-
dark and badly. Yes.
Yeah, so basically it was, oops, sorry, my volume's on. It was Oliver Queen died, and then some split off to go try and bring him back to life, but he was like, no thanks, and wandered off. And then
they're all thrown into that.
they're all thrown into that
Okay.
the storage closet where Lex Luthor comes in and is like, haha, and he like kills Superman by taking this place.
Yes. Okay. So now we're in
That's where I
like
was
the
at.
the place without time, whatever.
Yes, the
So-
storage closet.
It's just okay. So Ollie does his thing and becomes the Spectre, whatever he's called,
Mhm.
right? So now he comes back with a voice change and a slightly different suit and like a more like longer jacket. That was his whole change. He's like, I don't know why his voice is different, but okay. And then he tries to explain to them, it's like, yeah, it's me, but not, like, blah, blah, blah. And what is it that he says to... Because basically what Barry's first reaction is when he's stuck there is he tries to go to the Speed Force and get, like,
Right.
find the other Earths.
Right.
They're not there, they're
not
gone.
there, they're gone.
So he ends up being gone technically for like 2 months, like because he's like, no, I just left, and they're like, no, you've been gone for 2 months. I'm like, what have they been eating? Like, what? They've been in this room. What's happening? So bad.
Yeah, so I like basically saw the ending part. I'm just gonna fill in while she's
Yeah.
sharing this. Is that there
Oh,
were
wait.
Death Eaters?
Wait, yes.
There's
But
Death Eaters.
But what's so great is that, because if anybody has the same frustration that I have over The Flash, it's that the first 2 seasons love, but his opening monologue is always a lie, because he's like, I'm the fastest man ever. I'm like, no, you're not. There's always somebody faster that's trying to beat you, and the only way you win is just by going faster. Every
Well, also,
time.
my issue is that, okay, it's been like a playful thing where like him and Supergirl race each other. Like it's happened several times
Yeah.
with their crossovers. They're like, oh, we're finally gonna find out who's faster. And like honestly, there's never really a clear answer. So like honestly, she could be just as fast if she really tried. Same with Superman. So I mean, faster than a speeding bullet, right?
Yep.
Am I right?
Am I right? So basically, Ollie comes in as what's his face now, Spectre,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, Barry, it's all up to you. You have to run real fast. And he's like, what? I already tried that. He's like, I'll give you everything you need. And he literally does this, and Barry goes, by touching my head? Like, it was just so, and it's just like, yeah, so it's like, now we just have to run real fast. So what happens is they all get thrown into the Speed Force. They all get separated. Hey, Pear, what up, buddy? They all get separated in different points in time. And Barry has to run and grab each person and bring them, like, together. So, but the whole time, by the way, like, and we keep, every time we see, we don't mean to be this vain, but every time we see Supergirl, we're like, oh,
Those bangs.
those bangs.
Why'd they give her bangs?
Why'd they give her bangs? But in
and
all
lipstick.
of the, yeah.
Lipstick too. Lipstick is a weird choice.
Out of control.
Yeah.
And every time, like, you would see her, you know that it's her from the future because she has the fucking bangs. It's not her from the past. Oh God.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we don't have to go through this. Like,
I know, but wait, I had to rage about her. Like,
okay.
go run fast. What? How is that gonna solve it? Yeah, but legitimately, there's a scene with it's Death Eaters. I mean, very, very poorly CGI Death Eaters that are attacking, and then it becomes the most like bullshit DBZ moment because like Ollie is super powered up as the Spectre, and he's fighting the Anti-Monitor, and literally are like crash and like bam and like throwing and like flying up in the air, and I was like, what is happening? And I saw this all after my newsfeed, which is covered in people being like, oh my God, guys, it was the best, like, crossover Arrowverse thing ever. Like, I got chills. I need to discuss it with somebody. I'm like, were we
watching the same thing?
What?
Mm-hmm. I did watch, like, the last, 10 minutes?
Yeah,
watch
5 minutes.
10 minutes,
yeah. Luckily you got to miss out on frickin' Bebo coming back.
Yeah, she tried to describe Bebo to me, and she was like, oh, like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
It's like the same bit, but it's like a giant stuffed animal thing.
Yeah, and
becomes a god of another.
Those words are like I'm not comprehending them. Is that in Legends of Tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay, alright, that makes sense then. Alright.
Sorry, I'm just like reading over my notes because they went right back to the porn star makeup right away.
Look, by the way, she's got frowny faces next to some of her notes, which is hilarious.
I might have been drinking wine while I was watching this.
I mean, literally, her note about Bebo is "God damn it, Bebo, with a sad face."
I didn't want to see Bebo again.
Pretty great notes.
Oh God. That's right, because I forgot that when Ollie faces off against, I'm gonna cry, it's so bad. When he faces off against the Anti-Monitor, his final blow, he says, "You have failed this universe."
Oh, I mean, come on, that has to be in there. And by the way, so Geek Prime X was like, it was okay, not as good as Avengers Endgame. Yeah. I think that goes without saying.
I'm crying. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is that happens that they state this way is that they all end up on one Earth now. So what happened with by Ollie sacrificing himself again, he basically saved them, but now they're all on one Earth, and Lex Luthor has done some sort of trick to trick everybody that he's the good guy and has always been the good guy. So then Vision basically has to walk around and be like, nope, remember this, kaboosh, remember this, kaboosh, and gives them the memories back.
Okay, so...
And by the way, that's when Alex's makeup goes back to porn star makeup. She was back to normal makeup for a second, but then Vision gave her back her memory. She's like, oh, I remember how to put on this porn star makeup. Nice.
And I was like, okay, so here's the thing that I had a question on. So when I was watching the last 10 minutes, Roseanne was like, oh, yeah, so, now they're all on, one Earth. And I was like, well, then, wouldn't there be doubles of them? Because they're all from people. Because I look at it and I see, what's his butt from Arrow with the 2 kids? Yeah. Because one's from one Earth and one's from the other. So they have the boy and the girl now.
The boy and the girl now.
One
because
kid.
Surprisingly, there was one Earth that Barry didn't fuck up the timeline. Wow. There was one Earth that he didn't, so they get both kids.
But then, wouldn't there be duplicates of them that were raising the other kid? I mean, what happened to them? Did, half of them die?
Yeah, I don't know, because it does show that there still are multiple Earths, but now this is Earth Prime that everybody's on, including Batwoman and everybody. So, but it did show that what's-his-butt, who is Superman on the other Earth, is still Superman on that Earth. Right. So I guess it's just, only the people that we originally cast.
Just the people we really kind of care about.
Oh! I'm sorry, there is one awesome moment that I totally forgot and I should have shown you, because it's actually pretty great, is that in the moment when Barry goes into the Time Force and actually switches everybody into, all the different universes kind of all in one, he runs into the Flash from the movies.
He just runs into.
Yeah, and like it's great because like
Okay.
the Flash from the movies, he has like that really like suit.
That's actually the part that I really actually was looking forward to watching because
It's pretty good.
I looked at that and I was like, oh my god, holy shit! Like because he's my favorite Flash.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And he was really
is.
he was great in it too because he looked at Barry and was like, "Oh, are you a cosplayer? Like, oh, that's so great! Like that suit was." He's like, "Oh, your suit is so breathable," and he's like, "Your suit looks so
Which,
safe."
by the way, okay, if you see a picture of them standing next to each other, it's very clear.
Which is from TV.
Yeah, which is from TV, and which is from a high-level movie.
Yeah.
You know, so I was like
There
that
is-
should be interesting.
There
to
is
see.
a great part where Barry says, "No, I'm the Flash too," and the other guy goes, "The Flash," because he never got the
Mhm.
name the Flash
What's that kid's
in the
name?
movie.
It's
I'm blanking on
I
it.
think it's like
As-
Israel. Somebody help us out! I can't remember. Anyway.
Every episode.
Every episode is what we're gonna do.
all of our stuff is being used for the show.
I can't Google
So I
anything.
can't. I have no memories in this brain.
No, that's not right. What's that guy's name?
Oh, I gotta stop
Anyway.
making faces. It's gonna be our thumbnail again.
I
Damn it. But yeah, so that was actually a really good, fun scene.
Mhm.
It was really well done. And actually, that was filmed way after they wrapped.
Mhm.
Because like the studios were like, "Oh, if we get it, can you throw him in there?" He's like, "Oh, we already wrapped." He's like, "Oh," and they're like, "No, we'll unwrap." And they're like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "For this actor and this scene, we will unwrap and do that."
Wow. Well, it was worth it.
Oh yeah,
I mean, honestly.
it was really good.
So, here you go.
But yeah, so now,
Let's talk about the end.
oh my god.
Okay, so the end, okay, first of all, it was really funny because we were watching it, and it's when they're in that, like, warehouse, which is actually a decommissioned Star Lab location.
Who knew?
That nobody knows exists, whatever. And they all step forward and they say their goodbyes to Ollie, and
You made us all better.
Yeah.
By freaking yelling at us and being a
literally,
dick.
he died, and they split apart and splintered, and it did not make them better. And then they all became people who bitched at each other,
Yeah.
and it was awful. So I was like, that's false. And then when what's-her-face stepped forward, we were like, oh, you made her a better person by sleeping with her sister and cheating on her and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I was like, thank you
okay,
for cheating on my
who
sister
wrote
with
this?
me.
Who wrote this? Like, couldn't you
By
have done
taking
better?
down that boat.
Could have so much better. Could have been so much better. Anyway, so they retreat, and then the Flash is like,
It's like, I got a present for all
look
of
at
you.
all this. I had this table made while there was a crisis on
But, like,
Infinite Earth.
It was like a table with all the chairs, with all their logos, and I'm like, way to be secret about, like, who made this?
Yes.
That would have to take like 2 months of prep. Like, when?
When did you do this?
I was like, I know you're the Flash and you can move real fast, but there was no time for you to go and build this.
you're literally saving Earths.
Yeah.
Plural.
I know you were a seamstress now, as
So-
well as a set builder.
So that was a little bit hokey, and then of course they all sit down, and they're all chuckling and laughing like we're having a great time,
like-
sitting in a circle.
There's one that you can totally tell that should have been an outtake because they're probably just tired of being like, I'm just looking and smiling. And
Looking
there's
and
like this
smiling,
one
yep.
that Barry does, he's like, I don't fucking know.
Ah.
And just keeps smiling
Yeah.
and laughing at each other. It's like,
And then you hear the sounds, guys, of an animal that perhaps has gotten loose. And they show the empty cage with the banana peel, and it's labeled Gleek.
so we had to research this as well. Gleek is the monkey sidekick.
I knew the name, by the way, from my childhood, and I was like, where have I heard that?
It's the monkey sidekick
It's the
to
monkey
the Wonder.
from the Wonder Twins, guys. From the Wonder Twins.
It's a blue alien monkey.
Yeah.
God damn it, Bebo. Now
I
we have
know.
Gleek.
And, like, it does make sense that it is in Legends of Tomorrow, as you said, because
Yes.
that's the more fun one. And the monkey was meant to be a comedy relief of the Wonder Twins. And it's Super Friends. Obviously, it's Super Friends.
Yeah. I
How do
honestly,
we
guys,
feel about this?
guys,
How do we feel,
I'm gonna
guys?
be real honest. I can't watch any more of these CW DC shows. I just can't. Like, I gave up on most of them, and even watching the Crisis on the Infinite Earth like crossovers. Are we really gonna have to do this once a year still? I don't know. I don't know if I can keep doing this, guys. Like,
Also, I just want to say, Eric, yeah, she'll marry you. She will. She will marry anyone. Even some rando that's just posting on our stream. And I think it's funny because Pierre says I thought Gleek was a fan of Glee. And
what isn't there's a Gleek club? There's a Glee club, but then isn't there a Gleek club? Am I wrong?
It's the Glee Club.
I could have sworn there was a Gleek club.
Was it like Gleek and Glee?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Also, I grew up in Vermont. I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right. So moving on from that, it just makes me sad because I've never been. I've always been more of a Marvel fan, but I just feel bad for DC fans. Like, do better. Just do better. Like, I don't know why it's so hard.
Honestly, I feel like DC is getting there. It's taken them a while to find their footing.
Shazam
it really
was
has.
perfect. Like, go
They're getting
with,
there.
like, yeah.
The Joker, like that whole thing, like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna do their thing. It's gonna be fine, guys.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not worried about DC any longer. I was. Because it was looking pretty grim.
It was looking pretty grim. I also just feel bad for my friends that are such aggressive DC fans that, like, they'll even defend Batman versus Superman in Justice League. And I'm like,
yeah. Like, there's no need to do that.
There's no...
But honestly, you can like what you like. I mean, I honestly was very ambivalent. I was one of those people who was like, it's alright with that. It's cool. You know? But they could have done better. Like, we all know they could have done better. That was, went without questions.
Yeah.
So... Anyway, so that actually transitioned us very well into the Morbius trailer that was released, which is Marvel
by Sony.
Sony, in the Sony universe. So here's a thing. Okay, so with the showing of that trailer, the release of that trailer this week, it, actually, let us know that Sony is heading towards doing their own Marvel universe.
Yeah, I mean, they even hinted at the beginning of, makers of Spider-Man this, Spider-Man that, Venom. And you're like...
Are they connected? Yes, they are. They're all connected. So, Morbius is a vampire superhero that first made their debut in 1971.
I'm really shocked that I don't know more about Morbius with my extreme love of vampire stuff. And I do love the idea that it's basically he was trying to fix a blood disease and accidentally turned himself into a vampire.
And also so apparently, now I had to do this is research totally. I did not know this off the top of my head, so don't think that I'm like this, I know everything about every minor Marvel character. I don't. But apparently Morbius made an appearance in a video game with Spider-Man and Venom, which clued me into the fact that, oh my god, they're connecting all this, even though it was from the makers of Spider-Man Homecoming and blah, 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 and Venom, and so they do all that stuff, and you think, okay, well, they're just putting out movies, and it had the same special effects as Venom and stuff like that. So you're looking at it and you're like,
which
okay.
I liked Venom.
Sure.
I'm not gonna lie.
I liked Venom too.
Should have been rated R, but I liked it.
And obviously, we like the Spider-Man movies, absolutely. So yeah, so I'm curious. Now, I'm not a fan of Jared Leto. Okay, so
same.
Weird.
We are equal in that.
Literally joking around about this, back at home. And it was because Jared Leto is notoriously a method actor where he doesn't get out of character. And so we're joking around at having this emo vampire lurking around on set. Just being like, hey, I need blood.
Yeah.
I have this very disease
certainly
that I'm trying to cure.
Certainly would save Crafty a lot of money.
Jared Leto, why?
He'll only drink red shakes.
Get a haircut. I used to love dudes with long hair. Thor, 100% about the long hair. I look at Jared Leto and I'm like, no. Just no.
It has to be clean long hair. There's something about Jared Leto's hair that never looks clean.
It's a tad too long. It's down here, and you're it needs to be up here and clean.
I love that. I love the very specificity. Yes, no, yes, no.
Yes. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm curious about Morbius. I probably will go see it.
Oh, yeah.
In the theater.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
I'll go see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go see Birds of Prey. I'm not going to lie. That last trailer, I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially now she knows what to do. She's producing it because she's not letting something like Suicide Squad happen again. She's one of the producers on it now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good news. That's very good news. How do we feel about Harley Quinn and the emancipation of blah blah blah, whatever that was.
Getting rid of Joker, you mean?
No, not that, but like I see the trailers every time we go see a movie for the Emancipation of Harley Quinn and the
Oh, I
Suicide
haven't
Squad
seen-
like thing.
I haven't seen that. I've only seen.
Oh, really?
The Birds of Prey trailer. I can speak today.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And
I'm on the fence about that, but that doesn't mean it's gonna be bad.
yeah.
We just need to see more. Same thing with Black Widow. Saw the second trailer this week.
Any feelings on that?
No, because I was really
I
a big
didn't-
one about the first one,
Same.
and then when I saw the second one, it actually looked a lot better. So I was like, oh, okay, and I'll go see it, but I'm just kind of mad about that.
George says he doesn't use Prel.
Prel.
Well
oh my God.
played.
Prel. Do
George.
they even still make Prel?
I don't.
Holy cow. It's like
We
saying
have
like,
so many young viewers who are like, what?
what's Prel?
Like,
yeah.
shh, don't speak. It's fine.
That's like an Irish spring
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What up, Gil?
Yeah.
But yeah, I again, I've never read the comics for Morbius, so
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So let's now talk about the Star Wars news that's come out. There's 2 bits of information.
yes.
Do you want
I
to talk
did-
about the bad one or the good one?
I did send her. I didn't even finish the article. I was like, oh god.
Let's do the bad one.
They're-
Yeah.
We're bringing supposedly for Disney Plus shows. They're bringing back Jar Jar Binks.
Which, you know, everybody's reaction to that is like, you sound not like that.
Well, okay. At the end of the day, the thing that I didn't know until a couple of years ago is that the poor actor who did the voice and all that kind of stuff for Jar Jar Binks was attacked to the point that he actually made him suicidal.
It was suicidal,
like,
yeah.
and that's when I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
no. Like, come on, audiences, pull your
Yeah.
shit together. Like, it has nothing to do with the voice actor. He did his best. It was
He
the
was hired for a
direction.
job,
He didn't
yeah.
write the script. He didn't direct himself. Like
Yeah.
he didn't animate that ridiculous
Correct.
thing. And actually, what was also funny is right after watching Rise of Skywalker, we of course went out and like drank and like talked about everything. And there was one girl there that she was from another country, and when she had first seen the first episode, the episode 1 of Star Wars, it was all dubbed in a different language, in her language.
Mhm.
So she didn't realize just how racist it was until
wow,
like she
really?
learned English and then came and saw it in English. And she's
That's
like,
amazing.
oh God. I was like, yeah, it's real bad.
So essentially, oh wow, so it's really just the tone of his voice.
It's it's all those characters' voices. Those guys that are
Holy
obviously
cow.
like, and the guy that, I can't even. It's just,
It's a trap.
it's a trap. But yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Though, like they didn't catch the racism on any of the characters, especially Jar Jar Binks, because
That's
it was a
interesting.
different voice, and so
That's
they
super
weren't.
fascinating
Yeah.
to me. Because okay, that's a whole. We could go down.
I know that's a whole other thing. So I don't know. Like I kind of feel like in a way it would be interesting.
Are they trying to redeem him though?
Yes. I think that's what they're going for. Because, I mean, they did a lot, even in The Mandalorian, to redeem, like, a bunch of, like, they brought up so many holiday special stuff in Mandalorian, and I loved it. I loved it so much.
But no Wookiee porn.
No Wookiee porn.
No
But they did
Wookiee
make a
porn.
joke about, what is the Gungans? Is that what they're called, right?
Mhm.
Jar Jars? Yeah, they brought up
they did.
Gungans.
They absolutely
Like-
did. Which, you know, could have been planned since they know that they were going to be doing this, just to, like,
Oh.
warn people up to
That's
it.
right. So this is something I didn't know until I looked it up as well, is that Michael Jackson was actually going to be cast as Jar Jar Binks.
Except he wanted makeup.
Yeah, he
And-
wanted to do it all in makeup and
And
no
no
CGI,
CGI.
and that's why they didn't choose Michael Jackson.
That blows my mind!
Isn't that crazy? I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding. Like, yeah, how much different would that be?
Holy crap! I now, like, want to rewatch the movie and imagine Michael
Like,
Jackson as Jar Jar Binks. Holy cow.
I don't. Would he still be saying like the Misa stuff? Like,
He would have been saying it in a very soft, feminine voice.
it's true.
I don't even know. All right, I have to think about that.
I don't know.
I have to like
Mine is
really
blown.
like
I love it.
sit down and
Oh,
like
that's so funny. Like,
process that shit.
what?
So the other piece of news though, which is better news, is
Yes.
that
Okay, to be fair, we don't know how bad that
Rumors.
news is going to be. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't know.
But
We don't know. But rumors are saying that Taika Waititi is being tapped to do the next Star Wars movie, whatever that movie may be that
yeah,
they're doing. And here I'm like, immediately everybody's excited about it because everybody loves Taika right now. Like, he's just like,
Sorry.
know.
Mark just said something that maybe we need to say real quick because he was just like, oh, MJ is Jar Jar. Makes sense. No wonder he's best friend with a weird 10-year-old.
Like I said, I have to watch that movie again.
What was the ride that Captain Nemo?
Yeah.
Captain EO.
EO.
Yeah, that's
Captain
what all.
Nemo.
Captain Nemo? Captain EO. That's what I was thinking right now. Okay, sorry. So Taika Waititi, he's going to do the next Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
I actually
tapped for it. Which,
I actually have mixed feelings about.
I do because so here's the bet that I have going on in my
Oh,
household.
okay.
Is he gonna quit or is he gonna get fired? Are they gonna put like as strong restrictions on Taika Waititi as they did on J.J. Abrams? To the point where it's like
probably
unrecognizable because if it's gonna be a Taika movie, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, it's going to be like very improv, very. So here's the thing. I kind of think it's going to be both. I think he's going to be like, well, if you don't do this, I'm going to quit. And they're like, okay, we'll fire you then.
Yeah.
You're a producer now, just like they did to What's His Butt with Doctor Strange. I would say that's definitely going to happen because I feel like Jon Favreau had a lot more wiggle room with Mandalorian as a series because like the movies, they just put so much pressure on that those are the flagships for the shows. Like the shows are underlying.
There was zero history with the Mandalorian. There was not zero. Okay. There's like 30% history with the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So
most of which actually comes from the cartoons.
Right. So he had stuff to work with, but he was most likely given free rein because there was no history of this particular character he created, only the history of the Mandalorians that he had to work with. Plus, however it was that fit into that universe. So it was probably relatively easy for Jon Favreau to do his own thing.
Yeah.
But with Taika, he's probably going to be doing another offshoot movie. Seriously? Holy shit.
That hasn't happened in a minute.
Right?
My favorite was one of our bosses when Signano kept calling us.
Yes.
And we were calling to each of us like, stop! We're doing a live
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Schedule. So we got 3 minutes. Prince playing JoJo. What? What, Pierre? What? Prince? No.
No. Oh god. Oh no. Okay. We've gone down a
rabbit hole.
We're down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So here's my concern about having Taika Waititi, like, even notwithstanding if he can actually will stay on board and be able to do what he wants because it's Disney and here are my problems because everybody wants him because of Thor Ragnarok. Everybody wants him. Now
and everything else.
Yeah, but like that was in the Marvel universe and the Disney, like I feel like because that movie did so well and it like reinvigorated what's his butt playing Thor.
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah.
To me, there's always a fine line with improv because I feel like you can throw some stuff in and it's fun, but sometimes it takes away because like for instance, it's one of the funniest lines in Thor Ragnarok. But if you actually look at the scene, it takes away a lot of like the weight to it when he's like, "Peace off, ghost," and like kicks at the wherever Loki was, because that's actually a really heavy moment between Loki and Thor, because that's the first time they've seen each other since they watched their father die in front of them. But then it just becomes a joke. So to me, like,
didn't he also do the last episode of Mandalorian?
He did, and that's the punching.
The stormtroopers punching Baby Yoda, yes.
Which makes everybody hates what's his face now.
Both of them, by the way, both of those stormtroopers. One is like Jason Sudeikis.
The reason that Chris started off on so much
This is the rage I have, you guys, because I don't know if anybody else has this, but my doorbell is connected to my phone, and I can't even handle it because I'm in meetings and my freaking doorbell is ringing, but yet Marcus is home! He's home, he's there! Why am I getting the goddamn doorbell? I could kill somebody right now. Sorry,
I'm not trying to laugh.
It's 3:30. We gotta go.
Okay, sorry, George. Just
Wrapping this up.
Yeah, he was here. It's like 2-minute warning. Wrap it up. George says professionalism.
Yes.
I don't care. We can go a couple minutes over because this is just too funny. All right. Anyways, woo. So the Taika Waititi stuff.
I'm fine with it. I just don't know if it's gonna last.
I don't know if it's
I
gonna
think
last.
he's either gonna exit or I think it's halfway through or even at the beginning.
Because if you all missed our last Nerd Rage, we actually kind of discussed the point that with Disney like churning out so much and everything having to be interconnected, if we're gonna lose a lot of the heart, and I feel like Taika Waititi can bring in the humor. I don't know if he can bring in the heart. Like Jon
We'll
Favreau is
see.
doing really well bringing in the heart.
Depends on the storyline. It
Did
really
you see the
does.
picture? Everybody, if you haven't seen it, go on all social media and search it. The picture of George Lucas holding Baby Yoda.
Oh my god. Give me a
She
fucking break.
needs
Okay.
it.
All right, that's it. We're out.
We're out. Guys, we love you. We'll see you next week for whatever news happens to get us
During the week.
very angry.
Yes.
All right.
We'll see you then.
See you then.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.